Some people feel like Buddhism might be pessimistic because it talks about suffering a lot. Can you speak to that piece a little bit?
Well, I think yes. I mean, I think Buddhism is telling you that the suffering comes because we don't accept impermanence and interconnection. We want things, we want what we want, and we don't like change. We become attached to things, and so when those things go away, or you're confronted with things that you don't want, I mean, all of that has to do with the way that we are engaging with the world and with what life is bringing to our lives. So from that standpoint, I think it should open people's eyes to the fact that it's about perception. It's about how I'm viewing the world and how I'm not in accord with reality. And so I think that's probably the bigger message, that is that we are not seeing life and existence as it truly is. And that's why we suffer. But I think that point needs to be made so that people will examine how they are looking at the world and their life and what's going on. So from that standpoint, I think Buddhism is very realistic. I don't think it promises like this wonderful place to go to after you die, and you just have to be good and attain something beyond what we know here. I know Dr. Haneda, who's another one of my great mentors, has always said that what's important is this life and finding fulfillment and awakening and meaning in this life. He says, why, if you have a completely fulfilled life in this life, why do you need to go someplace else? It's really telling you, you have to deal with this life. Deal with it in a way that is meaningful, that does give you a reason for gratitude and for acceptance and happiness. I think I look at my mother and her friend Sachi. The two of them were never afraid of dying, and it's true of so many Buddhists that I know. They're not worried about what's going to happen after. They had a full and complete life here, and for them that was enough. Now we have no idea what happens afterwards, but if you have a complete life here, I don't know if you need to worry about what comes after, because that is just a promise of a way to escape. And Buddhism is not an escape. It's a way to deal with what you're dealing with here.